Hey Hip Kip Club! I'm Tiffany and I'm new on the design team for this new term, and I just wanted to introduce you guys to my craft space. So I'm gonna make a little video for you and show you around my craft space. So I'm gonna flip the camera over and get started. So this is my desk area. I live at home with my mom, so everything that I have craft-wise is in my bedroom. So my room is really small. So this is the tiny desk. Sorry. This is the tiny little desk that I have here. And on it, I just have these little bowls that I found, I think, at Home Goods, and I just kind of keep photos and bits and pieces and stuff in those bowls at all times. And then a bunch of pens because I hoard them like no other. And then pencils, ruler, other more functional sort of writing utensils that I have there, and just a bunch of bits. Um, my Tombow adhesive that I love, a glass of water, and then on this is just like projects that I were working on. This is my favorite bit of my craft space. It is my sort of like they're cork boards. Um, it was a DIY project. I loved seeing I like looking at those like home decor magazines, so like Pottery Barn and West Elm, and the IKEA magazine, those things like that. The Pottery Barn Teen magazine had like a bunch of these really cool cork boards, and they're really, really expensive. And I wanted one like to match my room. So I kind of just went out and bought like the really cheapo cork boards, and I took these old t-shirts that my mom was getting rid of and just kind of covered them with the colored fabrics, the ones that kind of matched my room. And I made my own cork boards, and I mounted them on my wall with some double-sided tape. I mean, the double-sided mounting tape that you get in a roll. And I have them here, and I love this because it's sort of like I was it was supposed to be an inspiration board of sorts, that was my intention for it. But then I sort of, whenever I would get like a kit or like Happy Mail or just any little like postcard, or like I have a lot of Instax photos here, just the ones that don't make it into scrapbooks. I would just kind of stick everything up. Like, it's just like, oh, yeah, I have this extra, like this photo is actually falling off of the thing. Um, I need to get another pin to put that there. But yeah, like if I have any like spare photos and just random things, I would kind of put him up on to my board, like with no rhyme or reason. But I realized that it's become like a really huge reflection of who I am, and I really just love like looking up at it when I sit at my desk, and like I'm at like a loss for um, what to do on a project or whatever, and just kind of stare out there. It's kind of like my own little meditation kind of board thing, but it's really cool, and I wanted to share that with you. And so this is my desk, and that is where I do almost all of my projects, if not my bed, but everything usually gets done at the desk area. Now to like where I have all of my bits and bobs, as Seuss Fish would say. These are just all of my, not all of my supplies, but everything is in this IKEA Raskog cart. It's pronounced right, Raskog. The bottom tier down there is all mixed media stuff, so acrylic paints, inks. My paintbrushes are down there, my gel mediums, my gesso. What else do I have there? Colored chalk, like my palette, like everything's down there. I have some colored pencils and some watercolor pencils, and it's all mixed media on that tier. The second tier has a basket full of clear acrylic stamps and stamp sets, and then my inks are on one side. Let's see what else I got down there. I have that little tin can from Target. It holds like my tiny attacher and some hole punches. Behind that I have little photo 4x6 photo albums that hold stickers, just tons of stickers. I know I have some hole reinforcements. I have some white ones here, and I have some clear ones here for my planners. I have some chipboard frames there too. There's some enamel dots and stickers in this thing. Underneath it I have photo paper, 4x6 photo paper. Here it's just random stamps, staples for tiny attacher, some thread, and a bunch of punches. Underneath that I have a tin. Underneath that, and it has more stickers. Lots of stickers. So on my cart, since these are all magnetic bookmarks, I just have them here, you know, just to stick into my planners or whatever. On the top, I just have random embellishments. I have another little basket here, and it has just random embellishments, stickers, rub-ons, that sort of thing is in this. This little jar here are chipboard, the chipboard embellishment stickers. If I get like like the 12 by 12 chipboard embellishments, after I use like the bigger pieces, I'll just kind of cut up and put all the little ones in here. Sometimes if I have bigger pieces left over, I'll just stick them in the basket behind it, but they're in that little jar. And then if I haven't like used all of the chipboard, I think I have some chipboard back here, like the Crate Papers Journey. I haven't really used much of it. I'll just keep it on the 12 by 12 chipboard piece. And then I have a jar of Flair here. I have some masking stickers in this tin here, and then this whole thing is sticky notes. That's sticky notes, page flags. Here are some wood veneers, and then these two are filled with paper clips, and then there's another tray under here. There's one filled with bows, some rubber shapes, tags, more wood veneer, and just a bunch of little bits in that. These are all sticky notes. They're all sticky notes. Back here I have a lot of alpha stickers, or like the 6 by 12 sticker sheets. They're all here. Back here's just paper, washi paper, watercolor paper pad, some dividers. I like using these Project Life dividers in my planners. This is a Dear Lizzie stencil, fancy free, the, what do you call this? The template, the stitching template, and then more chipboard back there. On the side I have some water brushes and a little portable, it's really cool. It's from Japan. It's from Japan. It's a portable scissor. I love it. I love it. And I travel a lot, so this is TSA approved. You can actually pack this in to your bag or craft kit or whatever, and you can get it through airport security just fine. I've done it a few times. Glue stick, and then glue dots back there, and then hanging off the side I have some alpha stickers, and so I just use like one of those bulldog binder clips and just kind of loop, you know, stuck it onto the cart, and then I have my alphas hanging from the side. And then I have a giant pile of like random stuff. I have a priority mailbox. I think it was one of my A Cherry on Top packages that I just kind of kept the box because I have some Bristol vellum in there. It's just thick Bristol paper that I use if I'm going to print off something for my planner. I like it on the thicker paper, so I have a whole ream of that in there. I have my paper cutter, and then that is just, I used to use this, I don't even know why I kept this thick cardstock. The white cardstock used to be like sort of my craft mat on my desk, and so it's like really messy. Inside of it though, I have some fine paper from Paper Source here in the States. And then I have a whole ring. All of this is embellishments. It's the die cuts, the little die cut kits, you know, there goes crepe paper, Maggie Holmes is in this little ring. I really, really need a better system for storing my little die cuts because that ain't working anymore. Underneath that, I have some Planner Society kit boxes that I used to get the Planner Society kit, and inside of them are unused Planner Society kits and like random like leftovers from other kits. And then below that, we have some Avery self-adhesive laminating sheets. If I'm gonna do some dividers, I'll just self-laminate them sometimes. And then below that, I have a Flow book, a Flow paper, you know, the Flow magazine book. I have a lot of Frankie magazines, and then I travel a lot, so I just have tons of travel, kind of travel brochure books. And under that, I have bazillion magazines because I do art journal as well, and it, you know, comes in handy to just have a bunch of magazines and pick out images and stuff. And below it's just a photo box with more stuff in it. On the side, there goes my Heidi Swap craft mat that I bought to replace those guys. And then in this little corner here, I have sort of like, it used to be my nightstand area, but then I commandeered it. I was gonna get rid of it because it just took up a little too much space and I don't have much space in my room. But then I kind of repurposed it and it's become sort of scrapbook storage. So I have a lot of these Iris, the 12 by 12 scrapbook cases. Mine, I have like this weird system that I'm kind of redoing, but I have a bunch of these, you know, the Ziploc bags that come like when you order stuff from scrapbook.com or a Cherry on Top or any scrapbook store. They usually package your stuff in those little 12 by 12 Ziploc bags. So I have tons and tons of them, and I always keep them because I find it really handy for organizing, especially organizing by kits and organizing by collection, depending, like, if, like, with a kit, I would keep the entire kit in, like, a bag. Like, well, I don't know what I have in here. Let's see what I have in here. Oh, right here, I have a collection. Oh, I have multiple collections. I think I have in here is the Pink Paisley C'est La Vie and some of the Heidi Swap memory planner stuff. But it's all similar, so I kept them together in a Ziploc bag, and embellishments, everything goes into that one Ziploc bag, and then usually finds its way into one of these Iris cases. Don't have that many. This bottom Iris case is just paper. It's just 12 by 12 paper, either from loose sheets that I've bought or those Hot Buy paper packs from Michaels. It's terrible. It's terrible. I buy tons of those Hot Buy paper because they're like $5, and you get like a giant, like the paper pack that costs like $20 normally. You get them for $5, so you know I buy like $20 worth of those $5 paper packs, and so I get like 4 paper packs, and that's a lot of paper. And so I just kind of take them out of the pad and just store them down here. This is just more like bits, like ribbons and what do you call it? Those glycine bags and like the treat bags with the different designs. If I'm going to send some Happy Mail or even art journal or put them in a layout or something, I have those guys in here, ribbons, stuff like that. And then, of course, that was what I showed you. This has more collections divided up into these little bags here. And this is just, I babysit a little girl. Well, she's not really little anymore, and this was kind of like her project stuff in here. A lot of glitter glue. And so I have it separate here because I haven't seen her in a while, and I'm like wondering if she wants to take it home with her. And then I have just paper here that I kind of want to donate, but I have to find some place to donate it to. So that's why that's just sitting on the floor. So those are my RS container cases. I need to buy some more though, because I have things that I kind of want to split up even more. I almost forgot to show you what was in this drawer here. So this is a drawer, and inside I have a lot of the Tombow adhesive dot tape runner thing refills, like tons of them. I have a bunch because I use it up really quickly. This is just a little organization case that has more pencil cases inside. And then I have this drawer, and this is a little organizer, and what I have in this organizer is Project Life cards and like stationery, cards. So I have a bunch of stationery cards here. There's more stationery cards, and then these are Project Life cards. I don't know if we can focus. There we go. So I have the 4x6 cards all here, and I have them divided by collection. So this is how, all of this will be Heidi Swap Dreamy, etc., and it goes all the way to the back. And then I have the 3x4 cards like this. So all this is Studio Calico, and I have them like divided up basically the same way over here. And then here I have a Happy Planner Punch for my disc bound stuff. And then in this little thing I have some of the clear transparency Project Life card. And that is what's in this. I wanted to quickly show you what was in this before move on to all of this stuff up here. On top of that, though, I have the box that comes with a Carpe Diem planner, and inside it I have a Marion Smith planner. It's a planner that I just have I'm storing stuff in, so I keep it in this case because I don't want to get it ruined, and I really don't have shelving for my A5 planners. Then I have this giant basket. It's just full of washi tape. I just toss washi tape in there when I get washi. So that's that. On this side I have my pink Marion Smith A5 planner. I use this as my current memory planner, so since I use it a lot, I just keep it over here, or I keep it on my desk sometimes too, but I was working on my desk yesterday. I just cleaned it up this morning, so I haven't put it back there at my desk, but usually that's where that is normally. This is a little, what is this? I got it from Target. It's one of those Ashley Mary cosmetic bags, but inside of it, it houses 2 A5 planners, and I'm just going to show you because everybody likes looking at planners. So it houses 2 A5 planners. This one is the first planner that can you see it very well? The first planner that I ever bought. It is a A5 Kiki K mint planner. It's the one with the pink lining inside of it. So I have that one in there, and then I have my A5, my Robin's Egg Blue. Oh, the charms are all stuck. Robin's Egg Blue Carpe Diem planner in here as well. So that's what's usually in that, or sometimes I'll put whichever planner I'm working on at the moment would be outside, and the ones that I'm currently not really working on will be stored away in this bag that, if I'm going to go to a friend's house and have a planner date or whatever, I'll just take that bag with some supplies in it. So that's what's in this little corner area. And then I have to utilize my windowsill space since I don't really have much shelving. I don't think I have any shelving except the wall unit that I'll show you next. But so my windowsill acts as a shelf. And then here I just have a basket, and it has paper pads, more sticky notes, a lot of tags, those manila tags. I have my watercolor set there, matte photo paper. This is where I store I do 8x8 layouts, and so I have an 8x8 album there. Um, and just a bunch of little bits. That's usually what's in there. I I don't like to say reject bits, but like my 6x6 paper pads are in there too. I rarely use my I don't have that many 6x6 paper pads, but the ones that I do have, I rarely use them. But definitely, I have been experimenting with working small, because I really like 6x8. That's usually like the size of like my notebooks and planners, and A5 size. I really like that size. But I've been kind of experimenting working small, so a lot of my current or more recent like mini books have been uh, 4x6. Like I'm working on this, and it's 4x6. A lot of older mini books, like these are all 4x6 mini books, or like this is like a 6x6. Yeah, I've been experimenting with working small, and I actually really like it because I get more done when I have a smaller canvas. Um, yeah, that's it. I apologize for the lighting. It's very, very cloudy here in New York City at the moment when I'm filming this. I think it's gonna rain, but I don't know. I have no idea. You never know. Sometimes the weatherman would like, oh yeah, it's gonna rain, and then you wait all day and you're walking around with an umbrella and it never rains. It's, I don't know. It's my life. Anyway, so on the other side of my windowsill are my albums. Funny enough, these are all the albums that I have, like the binder albums that I have. I do have one more. It's in my closet. It's one of those Recollections Creative Chaos binders. It's unused, but it kind of throws off the aesthetic of my room because it's like orange. So I just have it hidden away in my closet, but it's not even used. Three of these are empty, and then the other ones are kind of full with stuff. So that is a very cute Disney album that I made. These two are from Target, and they're empty at the moment. That gold and white striped one is from my Heidi Swap. That's the Heidi Swap memory planner. But my memory planner for this year is like huge, so I had to buy the storage container because it's so big. Like it's so huge, so I kind of moved everything that was in here into this, and then the rest of it is in my pink Marion Smith because I have how many? I have like, besides September, I have 3 more months, so that will all go in here. So this will be empty. I might use it for like a mini album. This is one of those Snap mini albums, and that one has, what does that have? That is my 2014 Project Life album. And then this one is my unfinished, it's a Studio Calico binder, and is my unfinished 2015 Project Life binder. So whenever I do some like Project Life spreads on the blog and on the Facebook group, I might be actually working on 2015, my 2015 binder, because I kind of abandoned it for the memory planner, which I love. And I will definitely show you things of why I love keeping a memory planner, and like it's it's a memory planner, so it's like all like the planner pages, but I include like pocket pages and all sorts of things in here, and it's great. I can't wait to like show you everything. And then this is a miscellaneous 2014 binder. It has just random things that I did. And then this was a year of happy mail for me. I had a lot of pen pals, and so I kept like our correspondences, and I kind of like put them on pages, like make it nice. It's people are writing you letters, and so I kind of made like a little scrapbook out of it, and those pages are in here as well. And then over here I have a Smash book, and it is my first travel album, the first time that I went abroad. That's another thing that you guys should know about me. I love to travel, and I haven't been home for a full year since 2012. It's the year that I graduated from university, and my dad gifted me a summer in Europe with my best friend. So that's that album. That's that whole Smashbook album. That is the first, get this, that is the first scrapbook that I've ever made. That is what introduced me to scrapbooking and just kind of documenting your life was that album. Um, Unfortunately, my dad passed away when I got back home that summer. And so that sort of, I don't know, in the grieving process, each person finds a way to like deal with it. And I dealt with it by scrapbooking my entire trip in that album, like in the middle of the night. It'll be like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like sitting with all my photos and like embellishments that I printed off the internet and everything, and just making that album. And that's just it kind of stuck, And so I scrapbook. I scrapbook because it's a form of therapy for me, definitely. Um, I always liked creating things. I was an art major in school, so like that sort of creating stuff, especially with your hands and with like paper and I mean mediums really, has always been a part of my life. But like I guess I never thought of just I was an illustrator in my art, so that's more of just making stuff up, like making stuff up that's living in your head and just getting it down on paper or in color and paint or whatever. And I never actually thought about like documenting me or like my life until that scrapbook. And then it's like a wonderful thing. It felt so good to finish a scrapbook and then look back, and like everybody thought it was really, really cool to like look back at all the photos and stuff like that. So that's what started it. That book. That is what started it. So yeah, so these are the shelves. These are media shelves from, I think, IKEA. I used to house my DVDs, but then I put them in a big storage box because who uses DVDs anymore? Nobody. I have my favorites up there. Most of them are 80s teen movies because I like 80s teen movies. And then, of course, you need Mean Girls and Saved because they're kind of like teen movies that were reminiscent of the 80s, sort of, not really. And then, of course, Tim Burton because I love him, and that's my favorite movie, Nightmare Before Christmas. I have books. I just have like 2 books up here. I have Elizabeth Gilbert's Big Magic because living a creative life is what I like to do. And then Susanna Conway's This I Know, which is a book about grief and kind of coming to terms with it and who you are and finding yourself and stuff like that. It was very personal to me, really, and so I have it up there. And then I have these, I have a KKK planner in there, I think. It's a damaged planner that they gave me a replacement for. So that one's just storing loose papers and stuff like that. And then I think that Webster's Pages, that came with my traveler's notebook, I think that might have like papers and stuff in it. I actually don't know. I don't know. I really don't. So this first tier, I have notebooks. These are empty journals. Actually, all of these are, and then these are empty inserts. These I made. This one came with the traveler's notebook. But these are all empty journals. Like, they're all empty journals. Over here, I have my Webster's Pages traveler's notebook. It has 2 empty inserts in it. And then I have a bunch of these KKK sticker books. KKK notebook that's empty. A notebook that I got at Home Goods that is empty. And then art journals that are not empty. They're completed art journals. So that sits at that. Here I have traveler's notebooks. I'm really into traveler's notebooks as well as my immense planners. But yeah, I made all of these traveler's notebooks. The only traveler notebook that I actually bought ever was the Webster's Pages one because I liked the idea of the pockets. But all of my other traveler's notebooks I've made. So I made, these are all fabric. This one's just a plain canvas, striped canvas, and this one's this one's really pretty. This is my, look how big that is. This was I went to Southeast Asia. I backpacked through Southeast Asia for 3 months, and I took this big guy. It wasn't so big when I took it, but I came home with it huge. It has like 5 inserts, I think. But yeah, I made this. It has 5 inserts in it. It's terribly huge. I think I brought 6 inserts with me, like blank inserts, and I filled up 5. And then this one is not as chunky, but then again, it was only a month and a half in Europe. This past summer, I went to Italy, and so I stayed a month in Italy, and then I went to Spain and France. And so this is I think this is 2 big inserts. Yeah, 2 chunky inserts in there. And then here's my really sad attempt at doing Lister's Got a List. I think this first one is filled, the second one is not. But that's what I have on my traveler's notebooks. And then these are more notebooks that I made. These are also fabric notebooks. They're kind of scrappy notebooks, so it's like scraps. This one actually, you can see this one on my website, actually in my gallery. It is another travel notebook that I made. This one is, it looks very Greek, right? This was my trip, my 2014, I think, trip to Greece and Turkey. And so that's in here. And then these 2 are blank, but I will be using them like for trips, I guess. I just like to like have like, you know, sometimes I'll make it like I'll make a specific book for like a trip, like this one. 3 months, and I was gonna bring one of these, but I'm just like, it's 3 months, I'm gonna need like 2 or 3 of these. So I was just like, you know, let me try making like a big, gigantic, chunky traveler's notebook. So that's what I got up there. Over here I have, what do I have here? I have completed mini books, or art journals. This is a mini book. These are mini books. These are art journals. This is an art journal mini book. It's one of my favorites. That's what I got here. And then I have more mini books over here. And then planners. Okay, I have more A5 planners. Well, I have 4. I have 4? I have 4 A5 planners. Do I really? 1, 2. Yeah, I have 4 A5 planners. I do have 4 personal size planners too, because that one is a damaged mint Kiki K. This was the replacement that they sent me. I have that, and I have the lilac Kiki K. This is a Hobonichi, which is currently housing a 2007 Hobonichi planner. It would be really interesting. I'm you know, coming up with ideas. I mean, I don't know in January when, like, what the kit's gonna look like, but to like, I don't know if you guys are into Hobonichi or like know much about the Hobonichi planner, but it'd be really interesting what I can come up like for it with the kits for the Hobonichi, because I would love to share that with you guys. And then this is a Filofax butterfly. These are all personal size, except for the Hobonichi. Hobonichi is an A6. And then down here I have more things. Kiki paper pad, and then I have all the disc bound stuff. I have a Martha Stewart, and then the other 2 are just ARC books. And then this is like a Simple Stories Carpe Diem pack. It just has extra bits in it. Inserts, Kiki K inserts, paper, what are these? Cocoa Daisy inserts, just a bunch of inserts for the A5 planner. And then down that is just media now. We're getting to media. But I think that's all of my scrap stuff on here. And then we come back to my desk. So that is really my space. We literally just did a circle of my room, really, because it's that small. I would love, like, one of the goals, oh, I should show you this. And that right there is a sewing machine. That's a sewing machine in the box next to my desk. But yeah, one day, if I ever like can afford an apartment on my own in New York City, I want a craft room. Or not in New York City if I decide to leave, but I wouldn't know where to go. I always come back here. I always travel. I travel extensively to different places, and like literally have lived my life by months in different areas of the world, and I always come back home to New York. I don't know. Maybe one day I'll move. Who knows? It's getting really expensive, so I'm gonna have to move eventually. Only because they're just driving people out. But that is a completely different story, and not for this really, really fun craft space video. So yeah, that is my desk, and I'm going to spin this camera around. Hi. The lighting is terrible that way, so I'll go back this way. Yay! So that is my craft space, and kind of a tour of my room really, because that is my room. Like every corner of my room is like scrapbooking, everything. But yeah, so that was just a little tour of my crafty area. Um, I think I kind of went over like a lot of things, even about me. Hopefully, you got to know a little about me through my space, and just a little tidbits that I have shared with you. And I hope to get to know a bunch of you guys through the Facebook group and just through the blog and stuff like that. It's a huge, huge honor to be on the Hit Kit Club design team for this term, and I just can't wait to start receiving my first kits and getting some projects out to you guys. I'm like super, super excited. But yeah, so it was nice to meet you guys, even though I don't really see you through the camera or anything. But you got to meet me, you got to meet my space, and hopefully, um, I'll put up more videos and we'll get to chatting and to scrapbooking. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time.